Hi everyone, Tracee Randall here with Generational Health, and I'm here to answer a couple of questions that I've been getting recently about the Diva Cup. Now, I learned a little bit more about the Diva Cup because quite a few of the women that I know that are younger women, have young children, and have understood that it's so important that we reduce the chemicals that we come into contact with. And one of the solutions that they found is something called a Diva Cup. And a Diva Cup is similar to a tampon in the fact that it's actually inserted, it's made of silicone, and it actually captures the blood in a little cup that we release when we're having our cycle. So you can wear the Diva Cup, it fills up, your body doesn't come into contact with your own toxins, which is a really great thing, and it is much, much better and much safer than a tampon. What we know is that tampons are bleached. They actually have a chemical called dioxin. Many of them do, or most of them do. Most of the brand name pads and tampons have this chemical called dioxin. Dioxin is extremely harmful. It's linked to infertility, birth defects, it's linked to hormonal imbalance, and of course cancer. And dioxin, when it comes into contact with our body, is absorbed into our bloodstream, and now it's stored in our fatty cells. You know, what we know is that our body is never supposed to come into contact with chemicals, and when we are exposed to chemicals, our body really doesn't know what to do with them. So in order to protect ourselves, the chemicals are actually stored in our fatty cells, and dioxin is absolutely one of those chemicals that we should never come into contact with. So kudos to those ladies who've been using the Diva Cup. It is, I believe, a much better solution than what's been on the marketplace in the past. The problem with the Diva Cup, though, is that it is a bit cumbersome and messy. You have to really be committed to wear a Diva Cup. I would imagine that when you're out, traveling a little bit, or even if you're running errands and you need to use a public restroom, that the Diva Cup can, again, be a little, cumbersome. You have to be careful as you insert it and take it out and all of those things. I don't have first-hand experience with it, but I've talked to a lot of women who use it, and they've all agreed that it's a little bit inconvenient. But you know what? Inconvenience is better than being exposed to chemicals. So again, kudos to those women that have been committed. But the question is, what about the Cherish pad? Why are we recommending that? Well, I'm excited about the Cherish pad for several reasons. First of all, as we know, it's a chemical-free pad. It has no dioxin, no chemicals. It's got a top layer of cotton. It's softer, it's thinner, it's more comfortable than the brand name pads or any other pad that's on the market today. And it's also got an incredible technology called negative ions, and this negative ion strip is actually a part of the pad, and whenever the negative strip or the pad gets wet, or when there's friction in that area, the negative ions are released, and those are now absorbed into the woman's body. And if you'll Google negative ions, you're going to find some incredible things. Negative ions actually do the opposite of what dioxin does. They actually boost and build the immune system. They help balance the pH. They help with hormonal balance. They're very, very powerful. And so now you have this incredible technology. The other thing I love about the Cherish pads is that it does absorb. One of the biggest reasons that women go from a traditional pad, to a tampon is because traditional pads just don't work. They leak and they have this odor and they don't really absorb. So you're always in contact with your toxins, and it's quite uncomfortable. But with the Cherish pad, the testimonies that we're getting are amazing. You don't come into contact with your toxins again because the pad absorbs 10 times better than any other pad on the market and 300 times its weight. It is absolutely amazing. And if you haven't seen the demo, a video of the demo of the Cherish pad in action, definitely want to get with the person that invited you to this video to learn more about that and to see that incredible video. It's amazing when you touch our pad, even after it's been inundated with liquid 3 or 4 times what the average woman releases on a daily basis, it's still dry to the touch, and that is so powerful. What would I suggest to a woman who is committed to the Diva Cup, likes it, uses it? I would say great. If that's what works for you, continue using it. It's an awesome option. But I would suggest that you use the Cherish panty liners alongside the Diva Cup. Here's why. That negative ion strip is going to be so powerful, and you know, there are other chemicals that you're coming into contact with throughout your day, our food, our air, you know, the things that we put on and in our body. Chemicals are just everywhere, and so that negative ion strip in the panty liners will absolutely support you and help you and just help boost and build the immune system. It also will help balance you hormonally. You know, the Diva Cup is just to catch the blood, but the panty liner with the negative ion strip, it's going to do even more, and that's what's really, really exciting. I suggest, in fact, to all women to wear the panty liners every single day. Even if you don't have bladder leakage, even if you're not still having your cycle, even if you don't feel like you have hormonal imbalance, it's so important, you know, to keep our immune system strong. So the panty liners are a great option. They're just 30 pads, panty liners for just $5, which is incredible. And so you have a whole month supply. And they're about 2 or 3 inches long, and they're thin as paper. So really, really powerful. They're also great for, you know, those spotty days, or for you know, the bladder leakage thing that happens later. And for the women during the menopausal years, hot flashes. We've gotten some great testimonies about hot flashes being reduced or eliminated with the panty liners. So they're a powerful product. For those women who wear the Diva Cup, when you're at home, try the Cherish pad. Just try it. See what happens. Maybe sleep in the night pad. Why? Because now you've got this, again, this incredible negative ion strip, and you'll see the power of the Cherish pad. So that's my take on the Diva Cup. I hope this video has been helpful. Get back to the person that invited you. Sorry for the bumpiness. I'm on my way to an event where I'm going to be doing a demo for some ladies about the Cherish pad. So exciting to be sharing the Now We Know mission. Now that we know about the toxicity and the products that we use, ladies, we have to say no. And so I just encourage you, get back to the person that invited you to this video, find out how you can get your, we have 4 different styles. We have a day pad, a night pad, an overnight that's longer and wider. They're all very, very thin and comfortable. And then, of course, the panty liners. So this has been Tracee Randall with Generational Health on the Diva Cup. Bye, everybody.